Dele Ayodo is my name. Time for the Citizens Forum.
And I am Tobi Joseph. Like I mentioned earlier, Adel and I will be on the show this morning, and we'll be bringing our searchlight on the Supreme Court judgment of the People's Democratic Party, the tussle that has created a great wedge between two factions, the Ahmed McCarthy led committee, and of course the Ali Modu Sherriff faction of the PDP. Well, the Supreme Court has given the mantle of leadership and chairmanship of that party to Ahmed McCarthy. But we have on the line two chieftains of two different parties. We have Chief Bode George and of course Chief Segun Oni, Engineer Segun Oni, former governor of Ekiti State.
And a stalwart of the All Progressive Congress. Good morning, Chief Bode George. Hello, good morning, sir. Fine, thank you. Sir, now is the battle over now? At least we know we have a Supreme Court judgment, but can you say really this is the end of the tussle for the soul of PDP?
Absolutely. You know, there was the move before to have a reconciliation before the Supreme Court. And some of us advocated that because of the lack of trust we have in our brothers, we are taking us in and out of court. We said, let's settle this matter once and for all, and thereafter we can go ahead and have the reconciliation. Because you heard yesterday that there is no victor, no vanquished. The issue that was at stake was the heart of our constitution, which reflected the rules and regulations of an organization. You cannot be allowed to get away with that. Now the Supreme Court has settled that. We now know that we must follow the rule of law. The constitution of our parties are grown up, and whatever is decided at the National Convention is sacrosanct. That is established not only for our party, but for all political parties in this country. And so we can sit down if we want to come back and ready to follow the rules and regulations of the party. They are welcome. You know, the big thing has nothing to do with the personal issue. The 2012 is a matter that we have rules. Follow the rules. Because if you don't like the heat, get out of the kitchen. And to me, it's a starting point. We will never drive anybody from the party. But when they come back, you know, which we have told them, it's not a matter of an individual victory. It's a victory for democracy in this country. And we are ready at any point to open our gates for many people, even those who have been told, who are headed to the other party, the APC, thinking that they will get the better talk there. My conclusion is they jump from fire to fire.
Alright, just hold on, stay on the line there, Chief Bode George, because we also have with us Engineer Segun Oni, the Deputy National. Okay. Engineer Oni.
Yeah.
Now, this verdict of the Supreme Court, before then, your party APC was fingered as being one of those creating the rebels in the party. Will you say this can we say this is a victory or a loss for the APC, this judgment? Because your party has been alleged to be supporting Sherriff.
No, it's not a loss for us. We are not interested in who becomes the leader of the PDP. No, and we are not threatened by them at all. At all. We are very confident when they were together in one piece. They had the powers of the governance of this country in their hands. They had the treasury of this country in their hands, and they were not even satisfied with simple looting the appropriated revenues of this country. They had all that to teach them. So now that they are coming even almost empty-handed, except for the loans that they have stashed away, why should we be afraid? We are not afraid of them. We congratulate them to go and put their house in order. We know that the pie they tasted long ago, the pie of using court to manipulate their own processes will finally undo them. But we are now happy that they are probably out of the woods. So they are welcome to the game.
Okay, Engineer Oni, with this recent victory for Ahmed McCarthy, the PDP is saying that 2019 is that particular year they will grab power from your party. Now, are you bothered at all with the mood in the nation? Are you bothered at all with the mood in the nation that the APC must get its act together and then get governance right at the center?
Our acts is together. We are delivering results. When the time comes to talk about 2019, we talk about we will also awaken the consciousness of Nigerians. So how did we get to where we are? The people who just went overboard, recklessly raped the economy of this country, put its future in jeopardy, and we are just straightening it. Definitely do not have the moral grounds to stand on to address Nigerians to bring them back so soon. I believe that they will have to go and readdress their own selves, because even if their party is one now, the mentality of looting, the mentality of impunity, the mentality of flagrant disregard for the welfare and the future of this country is still with them, and they will have to be brought over years. So,
with all this you have said, there are people who will say this is what the tonic or the fertilizer the PDP is expecting, and they now have it. And with the events in Osun State last weekend, that they are already standing in the wings and ready to give a fight, and that the Osun result is a verdict on the performance of APC.
No, don't use Osun as a benchmark. Osun is ourselves versus ourselves. And in any human society, you can have teachings. It is us versus us in Osun. We are going to resolve our differences.
Okay.
That is not the basis. We are going to encourage them to come in, the PDP people, so that we can defeat them again over and over. We know, we are confident that there is not much in the PDP for us to be afraid of right now. And I don't think Nigerians are also fooled by their antics. Because what never happened to Nigeria in the last 10 years of the PDP. I used to crack a joke that we are lucky that government was taken from them when it was taken, because they were already competing with Nigeria for quota to sell our oil. They were selling individual ones that was arriving the quota of Nigeria.
Chief George. Now, yes, sir. Okay, you listen to Engineer Segun Oni's confidence that the victory will not in any way shake the APC, and some people have really supported that to say the injuries opened up by politicians never get healed.
You know, Segun was quite a surprise to me. Segun is a highly respected, responsible, and dependable fellow. He ran Ekiti State as a governor of PDP. Now, they all changed out because of one disappointment or the other. Now, and I want to assure Nigerians that with the judgment of yesterday, we are putting our house in order. Now, all the accusations being well articulated by him, are Nigerians better off now than at that time? Ask other people. It doesn't matter of people who are carrying members. People in this country are hungry now, and they are angry. and put our own house in order. They will decide. It's not a matter of carrying members, oh, they looted this, they looted that. And the period that you are saying, most of you now are going to APC, are also strong members of the PDP. The fact that somebody was president, he did that. Right now, that government in this country, is that government? It's not of cacophony. No, it's not about the place. The Senate or the National Assembly is another help with the Senate. Where is their party? When was the last time that they had a DOT meeting? That to resolve the crisis, which was the major job of the Board of Trustees. So, we have been tested. The FPC is a congregation of straight bedfellows. You have the CPC, you have the whole PDP member, like Segun, and you have the APGA, you have the APP, you have, and you know, they cannot, they are yet to measure up to be a very strong and viral party. And we are going to come back. We have learned our lesson, and this political, judicial locality must be put to it. It's going to start today.
All right, Chief Bode George. Chief Bode George, since yesterday, your group, have you met or spoken or have any contact with Senator Sherriff?
No.
Senator,
Sherriff is a member, he's still a member of the party. If he wants to continue as a member, he's welcome. But he must obey the rules and regulations of the party. And we must not go back. The content of our constitution must be obeyed to the bone. If you don't like the heat, get out of the kitchen.
okay, when should Nigerians expect the timetable for your convention and other activities?
Okay. You know, they came out yesterday, just less than 24 hours. Arrangements are being made, the Board of Trustees will meet.
All right, sir.
Yes, I just saw your text now.
Yeah.
Just drops down.
All right, we want to thank the two elder statesmen in their different parties, Engineer Segun Oni, the Deputy National Chairman, APC South, and a member of the PDP BOT, and former Deputy National Chairman, Chief Bode George. We'll take this short break and we'll come back. Daybreak Show on Rock City 101.9 FM continues. We are looking at what appears to be the end of the legal tussle of Nigeria's once upon a time the biggest national party in Africa, People's Democratic Party. It all ended, at least legally, yesterday with the Supreme Court handing over the party to the to the McCarthy faction of the party. All right, we have two members of that party. After speaking with Chief Bode George and Segun Oni of the APC, we have two members of that party online now. First, we have the Deputy National Chairman, Sherriff faction of the party, High Chief Cairo Ojugo online, and of course the former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the party, Haji Ibrahim Jallo, is also on the line. First, High Chief Ojugo, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
We are very fine here. Now, Chief, the end of the battle is here, and your group has lost. First, let's get what you think about this.
No, to be honest with you, we have not lost. There's nothing like saying that we lost, because what we stand for is one, that impunity must be routed from the party. Two, that internal democracy must be restored. And three, that the dignity of man, this issue of corruption in the parties, and in fact, generally, our interest in Nigeria, which is the focus of the party, must be reappraised. You can see all the problems in the country, and what Sherriff stands for is that impunity should be routed from the party. Of course, we received the judgment of the Supreme Court with great shock. Of course, we have never seen anything like that. have never seen that. We pray for Nigeria. We really pray for Nigeria.
All right, Chief Ojugo, when you say impunity, that was what you fought, your group.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you were at the court, and one of the statements made by my Lord Justice Bode Rhodes about your group is that you were desperately trying to clinch to power.
No.
And that,
no, you see, well, the Supreme Court has given its judgment, but let me tell you what happened in court. There was a judgment, two judgments before the convention of the PDP in Port Harcourt on May 21st, 2016. Anyway, those are now academic. Those two judgments where the Supreme Court did not address it. They didn't say anything about it. Now, how do you come up to say a man who was a former governor, a businessman, that a man who has been voting, that he has no voter's card, that he did not have a party card, and he's the chairman of the party, and that that he did not pay his tax, he's a renowned businessman, and that he is a very responsible man that has been contesting elections, and these were not the issues that were even taken to the Supreme Court. The issues taken to the Supreme Court were two court judgments, one in Lagos and one in Abuja. In any case, we cannot argue with the Supreme Court, like God Almighty is watching. And let me tell you, the important thing in all this drama you see is, where is Nigeria? Where is the truth? Are we going to stand the truth on his head forever? I have children, my children, they have no other country to go to. They have no other place to go to.
Now, where is Senator Sherriff right now, Chief Ojugo?
We are not leaving the PDP. We are going to continue to remain in this PDP, and we are going to continue to stand for the people. We are going to continue to speak for the people, and we are PDP men.
All right, thank you. Just hold us on the line. We have Ibrahim Jallo on. Hello, Alhaji Jallo.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, fine. Thank you. Now, I'm sure you've heard what High Chief Ojugo said about the party. The battle is over. Do you think the injuries, because a lot of jabs were thrown, mudslinging went on seemingly unending, do you think all these can be healed or will be healed?
You see, Barrister Jallo is my name, and you can call me Abdullah Jallo all the same. I have qualified for God. In the first place, you see, Cairo Ojugo knows very well in the last convention of the party which brought us into power before the dissolution, knows very well we were elected at a legitimate convention which gave Cairo Ojugo to be a zonal vice chairman. And at that material time, he knows very well that Sherriff has never been a member of the party. And Cairo Ojugo knows very well she was at the last meeting when it was unanimously agreed.
Oh, we lost connection with
Barrister Jallo.
All right, we'll quickly call back and reestablish connection with the two gentlemen.
All right, sometimes these things happens with our network. As soon as we are able to reestablish contact with these men, with these politicians, elder politicians, they want to call themselves, we will have them. But we also attempt to also get a lawyer's angle to this issue. Interesting reasoning from the pronouncement, Tobi. The full text is not out, at least from the statements of the judge who read that verdict. I just speak as something that it was an unpalatable desire by the Sherriff group to hold on to power, and they were actually shopping for judgment. He called it multiplicity of cases, about 10 cases instituted, all trying to ensure that they hold on to the power. This is what we'll be asking the judges. But overall, from our angle here, I think it's also an indictment to be on what we've always said, internal democracy, or an indictment on Nigeria's politicians' desire to have structures work. If you have about 10 cases on the same issue, different judgments, and it went all the way, almost 2 years now, from almost immediately from July 2015, this is July 2017, yes, almost 2 years battle in the courts. A lot of money will have been wasted, time, uncertainty, with one not ready to bow to the other.
Apart from that, it ended at the apex court, the Supreme
Court.
Court. Well, that is one thing that we must also take away from all this. The fact that the PDP has always said that court judgments, court injunctions, dragging members of the party to court is alien to their constitution. It's alien.
Can they now say it's alien now to be when they
that,
have that?
That is it. And apart from the fact that Ahmed McCarthy has been declared the duly elected, so to speak, chairman of the PDP, will that put an end to the Alimode Sherriff faction structures in different states? That, of course, is what we have in Ogun State. Yesterday, the Jirabayo Dayo faction of the PDP, or the executive led by Jirabayo Dayo, have issued a statement saying that whatever happened at the Supreme Court has no bearing in Ogun State.
Which is an indication that we still have another fresh tussle getting ready here, because they are able to believe that they also have a court judgment that has sacked that ESCO.
Yes. So it's like the PDP is winning the battle, but yet to win the war.
Yet to win the war. Well, the war actually will be the elections, which will begin next year, March, in Anambra. And of course, there will be 3 elections next year that will move from Anambra to Ekiti, and from Ekiti to Osun. Maybe we'll begin to see who won the war and the battle at that occasion. Maybe APC can also strongly claim not to have lost anything in this whole battle that we are discussing.
Yes, let's see as event unfolds. What is important is that the people must get a better deal when you talk about multi-party democracy and, of course, opposition politics, which is necessary to continually put the government on, and, of course, the party in power on its toes.
All right, while we await the possibility of getting through to a lawyer and these last 2 people we're talking to, let's get you involved and engaged in it as usual. 08098687344 and 09091469670. Start sending your opinion, comments via the short code 32120. That's after you have typed rock, you leave a space and type your opinion. We have just about 7 minutes or thereabouts to do this before we take the first break for the national news at 10. Let's see who we have there. Good morning. You are on. Good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, morning.
Yes, am I on to Rock
Citizens Forum, you are correct.
Yeah, good morning, my brother.
Morning. You have 2 minutes, please.
I'm honorable back.
Oh, good. I'll give you more than 2 minutes then. The same organizing secretary, PDP McCarthy Group?
Yes, Southwest.
Okay, Southwest. All right. Good morning, Honorable Bakene. Let's get your opinion now, particularly about resolving some issues that this legal pronouncement may not be able to resolve, because sometimes some of these things are political, like the case to be mentioned here in Ogun State.
Yes. As far as I'm concerned, you are referring to the judgment of yesterday.
Yes.
Let me summarize it all. That judgment will go a long way in strengthening democracy in Nigeria. Because the judgment cannot go other way around. In fact, the judges have put it correctly. Because National Convention of any political party, it's not even for PDP, of any political party, is the highest organ of And you can take it like AGM of any organization, either business organization or manufacturing company. When you are invited for AGM, at the AGM, you can remove the directors, you can appoint auditors, you can remove auditors. So this one that we did last year in May in Porakot is a well-convened national convention. Because it is well-convened, all the delegates were there seated. And the business of the day is to elect new officers. Don't forget that when a court said 3 positions must not be filed for, in compliance with that court order, the national officers said, okay, fine, let us even go for category committee. And the only organ that can determine that category committee is the national convention. And they have done so. Before we started going to different courts, different appeals and all those things, I think so far yesterday, Nigeria as a whole should be happy that democracy is not sustaining, will not be sustained.
Now, Honorable Fakane, let me draw attention to one of the statements from the judge who read it, which appears to be an indictment on those of you who are politicians. He says if the PDP are strictly kept to Article 35, particularly subsection 2B of the PDP constitution, and add it to 47 rather than looking at Article 47 alone, all this would not have arisen. Is that not pointing to the fact that you politicians do not like doing what we've been talking about, internal democracy?
No, you see, anybody can play any fact along the line. But what I'm saying is that the constitution is for us. But some people will twist or turn down the constitution in order to suit their purpose. Everybody knows what the constitution says. Therefore, the national convention on instruction at the state at the level, at the local government, at state level, at national level. So, but because some politicians, let me say even politicians, because we want to shortchange ourselves, we can decide, we may then decide to tweak the constitution to favor us. And even when the elder says no, you cannot tweak the constitution, the next thing is that they go to court, and under fundamental human rights in court, they start to do a lot of destabilization and bring conflict into the party.
Don't you think this legal tussle has dragged on too long, too messy, and too fierce for it to be resolved? If you look at Ogun State now, how do you think the Buruji Kashamu group and the Ladi Adebutu group, or the McAfee Sherriff group, as represented by these two names, can work together in Ogun State?
Well, definitely, all of us are PDP, except that we belong to different factions. If you are a true and genuine party member, and that wants or wish PDP well, and that wants PDP to come back to power, so as to give dividends of democracy, and then improve the lots of Nigerian citizens and the state, in particular, then all of us must come to the table.
When you say come to the table, let's be realistic. If you get to the table, will you, as the winner today, agree to a 50-50%, what do they call this
sharing formula?
Sharing formula. The name will
reconciliation.
Yes.
Who talk about 50-50% sharing formula? That has not been decided by anybody.
I know. Will you agree? I know it has not been decided, but will you
No.
that?
But you've set up harmonization committees in times past.
Yeah, if you set up a harmonization committee and it comes out and say, okay, the present EXCO, that is the national body, the Macapiled EXCO, now says, okay, at this stage, if they are convinced that there is problem in that state, if they are convinced by my word, that okay, there is problem in one state, go and share the political pool, or go and share it among yourselves. You see, let me tell you, if I want to put myself as an example, the last general election, 2015 election, even though I don't belong to Kashamu group, I never for a second be in that camp. But I pick up the PDP form to contest, even when I know that they are the executive that are running the party administration here. I put myself forward, but going below, they do whatever they wanted to do, and I was edged out. I didn't feel offended. It is our party.
Honorable Bakere, we must let you go because of time. In one word now, do you think the two groups can work in Ogun State together? Do you think they can work together?
Don't worry, I know they will work together because all of us are yearning to come back to power come 2019.
All right, thank you. We'll have to end it here at least to have the national news. After the 10 o'clock news, we'll be back. We'll continue looking at the ripples, the effect of the Supreme Court judgment on the fight for the soul of the PDP. Don't go anywhere. Alright, yes, I must thank you for still being there, listening to Rock City 101.9 FM here in the city of Abeokuta. We are indeed the voice of the people this morning, x-raying what the implications and that judgment from the Supreme Court on, well, of course, in history, that's the longest political battle for the soul of any party in the country. It ended yesterday. There's no other appeal that can come up, and of course not likely that any case of sort will come up, as it has to do with the People's Democratic Party. The former president Tobi described the court judgment as a fertilizer for the party to resuscitate and
enact
itself. Well, that may be so, and they're also basking in that euphoria of the last weekend victory of the party in Osun State, even though one of those we spoke with earlier on, Engineer Segun Oni, he is the Deputy National President South of the APC, says it's a victory or a battle between two APCs. Whatever that means, is the only one. Is it that Adeleke is coming back to APC, and some people, if you trace the history, will tell you that Adeleke was once, like the other person we also spoke with, Bode just says Adeleke was once or formerly in PDP. So which of the political party has the victory? The APC or is it PDP? Those are the submission of those two politicians we spoke with earlier on, and Segun Oni and Chief Bode George. We also spoke with Cairo Ojugo. Cairo Ojugo, I don't know how to, where to place him, at least until yesterday morning, was the Deputy National President of the PDP, the Sherriff.
I think it would just be safe to say it's just a PDP chieftain.
Okay, now, Tobi has borrowed me that word. He's a PDP chieftain, and we also spoke with Ibrahim Jallo, who has now assumed the position of the Deputy Publicity Secretary National, Abdullahi Jallo of the PDP. Okay, and of course, one of the PDP stalwarts in the Southwest Ogun State, Fasil Bakere, was also online, telling us the implication of that on the party in Ogun State. Well, are we seeing the horizon, or are we just entering the tunnel? Whichever one.
Okay, well, it's very important that we continue to discuss this. As some have said, well, it is not important for us to discuss the PDP, but I say no. I say that it is very important that we look at what is happening in other parties, because that is how multi-party democracy can thrive. That is what makes democracy beautiful, and that is what makes it alive and robust. Well, if you want to be part of our discussions, you know what to do. If you are calling 0809-868-7344 and 0909-146-9670 are the numbers to call. You can also reach us via the short code 32120. All you have to do is to type rock, ROCK, leave a space, type your message, include your name, and send to 32120.
Engineer Oni, good morning, everybody in the house there.
Morning, Engineer Oni is not here.
Okay, sorry, I had somebody calling Engineer.
Yeah,
okay, my name is Honorable Henry Jaji.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Honorable Henry Jaji. I'm calling from the People's Parliament in Abeokuta. Yes, a country victory I'm seeing it as, a victory for democracy, because there is no point, when we don't have a very, very serious, sincere opposition that can easily tackle the government in power. We are not getting this very right in the political arena. So, but it's a very good thing. All we have expected, McCarthy to sit down, harmonize, and probably reconcile some warring parties to, come together, come together so that they can be able to give a very good opposition role that is needed in the country. But at the same time, I think PDP needs to really apologize to Nigerians. Most of them, did not do very well in the last dispensation. They looted the treasury and all that. So, but I still want you to assure you, Dele, that there are other parties that have just been registered, and some other parties that are mega parties that are springing up, and they're going to take other positions as opposition. So I'm telling you, come 2019, they're going to be registered. Let me allow other people to call. Dele, God bless you, my brother. God bless Nigeria.
God bless you. Hello.
My name is Jafar. Good morning. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Nothing is good or bad except by comparison. And know that about this, that the opposition to put the ruling party at its best. But at the same time, I don't think PDP, on a personal note, I don't think PDP can give Nigeria the desired opposition we require at this dispensation. And if you look at it objectively, you will see that the basis of these so-called litigations and these court cases were due to personal sentiment, due to lack of internal party discipline, due to lack of politics, due to lack of spirit of statesmanship and sportsmanship. You will see that all these are boys that is selfish graduates. So, what I'm trying to say is that there is no genuine love to serve the masses. There is no leadership charisma, leadership quality we are expecting from so-called leaders. There is no good other behavior. All these are the reasons why they went to court. The masses and Nigeria needs a leadership that is more than this, that is beyond either Ayodo Sherriff or McCarthy. Fine, APC is there. We need a very good opposition to put them on their toes. But I don't think the crop of people in either of these so-called fashion and give the kind of opposition that will move Nigeria forward. My submission is this, in conclusion, Nigeria is very, very dynamic. They should be open-hearted and take their destiny to the hand towards 2019. Do have a wonderful day. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let's move away from the telephones. Check out your messages.
Okay, this one from Honorable Obadimu Olushola posted up. Okay, this has to do with our critics. Sorry. All right, let's take this call. We'll come back to it. Hello. Go to the message box. Adebambo Kenny says the name PDP is a nightmare to well-meaning Nigerians who will not forget so soon the damage PDP has caused this nation by massive looting. There is no lesson to learn in bringing PDP back in 2019. PDP is not an alternative to APC. If the APC can put their house in order, it is still a party to reckon with in 2019. Akim Baba says, who looted the economy between APC and PDP? Nigeria's debt between 1999 and 2015 is 12 trillion naira, but now between 2015 and 17, it's now over 19 trillion naira. Let APC supporters tell the world how they drove us to that level. All right, this one says, this one says, Sherriff is Buhari's in-law and was used by APC to scatter PDP for APC to turn Nigeria into a one-party state. Supreme Court has shamed them, including Court of Appeal, but judgment. For Kashamo, he joined APC-sponsored Sherriff to evade extradition to US for his drug trafficking.
Yeah,
sorry, that's an allegation you cannot substantiate, and it's still a case that is in court that some people have actually answering for right now. Honorable Adebutu is now the undisputed PDP. You have so many conjectures here, Otumba Adebo, in your message. All All right, we appreciate the message nonetheless. Although it is Ismail sent in this, I really want to sympathize with the Umbrella Party and her members. I would have loved a situation whereby the two factions had sat down together and resolved their differences amicably as politicians. Sincerely, I do not see Senator Ahmed McCarthy as a loyal member of the PDP. After all, he had advised his supporters to dump the party. I was actually advancing the formation of a new platform towards the 2019 general elections. The Supreme Court judgment has ended the leadership tussle in PDP, but my question is, when will the impunity and corruption of the Umbrella Party end? The decision of the highest court is highly welcome. To those who say PDP is dead, they are ignorant of politics. They said worse about Trump. He's now the American president. Politics is dynamic. That's Giwa from Abeokuta. Alright, and this one says, thanks be to God that eventually the leadership crisis in the PDP has been resolved by the Supreme Court. In order to enable the party play a credible role of opposition to the APC-led federal government, all members must see themselves as one. The victorious group must be magnanimous in victory, while the other group must be willing to work with them so the party can bounce back to reckoning, thereby regain the confidence of the electorate. By doing so, our democracy will continue to grow. God bless PDP in particular and Nigeria as a whole. Alhaji Busura sent in that one. Alright, keep your tweets coming, and of course your messages at Roxy FM is our Twitter handle, and 32120 is the short code number.
And good morning, Tobi. My name is Dr. from Cairo Ojugo.
Thank you for calling.
One faction of PDP, one is Supreme Court, and people are jubilating. We're not a
sorry, you may have to call back.
Yes. Hello?
It is a building thing in Nigeria is a plus to democracy. But I want to say this, that politics is dynamic, as people have rightly said. And Yorùbá dẹ̀ máa sọ nìkan wọ́n ní ìrètí ṣì ń bẹ fún ibi tí a bá bẹ́ lórí ó sì lè wù gbogbo ìbá ṣì wà nínú ilẹ̀. PDP is not dead yet. And if you can see today, hello, am I on here?
Yes.
Yeah, and today you will see that the people in APC now, most of the people with one portfolio or the other in APC, Amechi, and so on, they are formerly from PDP. 40% of PDP members now taking some positions in APC. But people come and say PDP has spoiled everything. No, the rot that is going on in APC now cannot be said until APC is out of government. So we shouldn't say because PDP caused this and it's not happening. No, we should wait and see. Thank God for McCarthy's action. I'm really excited. God bless Nigeria. God bless the state.
All right, God bless you too. Thank you.
Amen.
The tweet right about now. This one is from Omoba Adeyemi. Now that judiciary have spoken, hope PDP will challenge APC to put their house in order to provide a better democracy for the populace. Lekpede Adebayo says PDP need to be restructured or to restructure their house in order to challenge APC in 2019. Yemi Da Vinci says, I agree with Engineer Oni that impunity in PDP is what led them to the brouhaha and that it has not left them. PDP McCarthy group has just won a bloody battle, but I suspect it to be a Pyrrhic victory as there will soon be a war in the camp. What will now happen to the election of Adeleke in Osun as it was presented by the Sherriff faction? Will McCarthy adopt him? The Supreme Court judgment has interesting implications in various states. Will the people who left to new parties come back? Okay, that's Yemi Da Vinci's tweets. Rashid Olajide says the main task before the Ahmed McCarthy-led ESCO is to urgently unite the party's founding members under one umbrella. Akrede Camille says it's time for reconciliation within the ranks of the party. Dead or not, PDP must learn from their fall. Olushiwa Yola says PDP should never be an option for regaining democracy in Nigeria. We need youth to come up and sponsor a new party. Yemi Da Vinci once again says it would be interesting to see how certain governors would deal with a certain federal legislator from Obu State. Will it be an Ajekuya? Okay, keep the tweets coming. At Roxy FM is the Twitter handle. 32120 is a
What happened before they went to Supreme Court? Were they not won? That is not the issue. You see, in my language, you say you don't jubilate when you are going to the farm and want to bring tubers of yam. Bring the tubers of yam first. All these things, let PDP come out. To have another problem inside, which they will see go back to Supreme Court. But that's what is going to happen. It's a dead party, functionally. You might do whatever they want to say. It's a dead party. They have betrayed our trust. Everything about us. What are you talking about? The PDP is this thing. Forget about it. Don't worry. Wait. When they come, you see what's going to happen in the next 2 days. Not unite. Because our prayers will not let them unite. That's it. So let us not, there's nothing anything about what they are discussing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello?
Yes, good morning.
My name is Godfrey.
Thank you, Godfrey.
I'm an APC member, but I'm telling you, PDP is here, PDP is tomorrow. No matter how they do, PDP is here, PDP is tomorrow. Like we are not getting anything from APC at all. APC is dead. If they are not PDP not winning, another party will take over from APC, they are killers.
Thank you.
The judgment of yesterday is a welcome development. Those that believing that the APD is dead, it is a figment of the imagination. It's not true. PDP is going to unite. What is required, and I think the leadership of the party is already doing that, that it's for purposeful reconciliation. And if you look at the speech of the national chairman, McAfee, he said it is no winter, no vanquish. Everybody, all hands have to be on deck to move the party forward. And the better for the party, the better for Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. God bless every one of us.
God bless you too. Thank you.
All right, let's start. All right, and yes, that's where we will end it for the week and for the day on the Citizens Forum. Tomorrow, it's a Friday. That means we have an open day. And I just hope too of our parliamentarians, senior parliamentarians, let me call them that name, will call in. It's been a while now since we heard from Babarire Babsali and Dr. Adefunke Ainde. I hope you'll be a part of the parliament tomorrow. I thank everybody who's been with us this morning. Dele Ayodo is my name. I say God bless you all. God bless Nigeria. God bless Rock City.
And I am Tobi Joseph. Have a wonderful Thursday.